items. That's Manta Style plus Orchid. And then third item in this game needs to be Eternal Shroud. Playing into Leshrac, Primal Beast, and we're good to go.
So, being said in the all chat, there was go best hero low from JT. Maybe it is his best hero on this Naga Siren. I always thought it was potentially his PA. But what you might be seeing at the top of your screen is 2 wins for IG. That's just a bug. It's not actually 2-0 for IG. This is a best of 3 anyway. This is only game 1, so if you are just joining us, or as you're seeing us just start this game, it is even at 0. So that is where the score is at.
30 seconds to battle.
Let's see what they picked from Faucets. Supernatural. Or it does innate ability, the calling. The other one, even with the recent buffs, the Ofrenda, I have to remember the name for it, where you can respawn to altar. It's good when you're coming back into the fight, you know that there's going to be a huge fight and you can instantly come back. But this calling, creating another Revenant and also expanding the radius by 100 feels much better. Even for a core roll, it feels better than Ofrenda.
Ofrenda, what, gets used 2% of the time? If not less. Doesn't feel that great. Although, I haven't really seen the facet for the calling really go off too much.
Hard to tell. Like, getting bigger AoE and having extra Revenant.
You don't really see it happen that much. But the calling's a good spell on its own, and I don't really think Ofrenda offers much anyway. We'll see how these lanes end up going. Bounty runes are 2 apiece. 3 lanes, 2 eyes. As Ori against nothing to say over mid is really a classic matchup.
It is just stun. Nothing to say. Let's see if Ori's going to pick up. I've seen this matchup quite a lot recently, where Shadow Fiend picks up a Blood Grenade and tries to go for a kill, of course, after he gets the bottle. Just have that little bit of extra slow, a little bit of extra damage, or so far, putting pressure on nothing to say.
Fly actually missing the dead shot there. On the way back from the tree, trying to push X Nova with that fear in the right direction for them to get that kill. Definitely early on could be a killer lane for Azure, but there still is a lot deterring them from playing aggressively. Wouldn't be
Grenade
surprised.
in the top lane. Calling was ready. Fox unable to get close the gap. This is a killer lane. This has been used during the last TI quite a lot. One of my favorite lanes, Huerta and Centaur. You get bounced back by a dead shot or get close to that stun, and most likely you're going to be brought down from 100 to 0. You know what?
It's just go for it.
Thinking about what he wants to get from level 2, Thunder Blast is nice, but having 1 point in Cold Embrace, it's almost 200 HP. Like 160 plus percentage of your max HP, which is really nice.
Splinter Blast, though, could feel like an extra deterrent if they do want to go in with the dead shot and the hoof stomp double edge. However, it does take Cold Embrace, about to hit level 3 anyway, but keeping Monet healthy, making sure that the more health you've got, of course, the harder it is to kill. Mid lane looking pretty even with nothing to say at 13-1. But that being said, Ori 14-7.
A lot of denies.
A good amount of denies.
It is. And also forcing nothing to say to go pick up his bounty rune. His side of the map. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen more of a Naga Siren. I think her heals in her ability works really well. Right now, does have 18% evasion when she's hitting around other Nagas throwing illusions. It also gets higher when you have Manta style or if you have, illusion wound, whatever. It adds up. It really is big numbers. 6% for other Naga.
And it doesn't say there's a max. You could just get refresher, Manta refresher with mirror image.
You still have the same number of illusions.
Oh. I was hoping there'd be more illusions. But what can you do? As X-Nova Monet top lane. I'm just holding still. Not really the aggression that I thought we'd see from Azure off that, but FY moving over and not being there for a dead shot and a calling combo. We used to see, as well, more levels, I would say, into the double edge. We've seen Centaurs kind of have different builds overall as bottom lane. TM Ming in some trouble, but is an Enchantress, hard to kill, especially with the Nature's Attendants. And that overprotective Wisps.
Ooh, playing super aggressive.
But the raises, nothing to say, gonna look for a high five as he gets under the tier 2 tower and is able to escape.
Bobica is here, but he also needs nothing to say to be around. Bramble Maze does connect, only level 2 on Dark Willow, will not be able to get much done. So yeah, to go back to the Centaur build, this kind of became a classic recently, where you have 2 points in Hoof Stomp, 1 point in Double Edge, and then you start to max out your Retaliate. You're prepping for the jungle, so you can stay on top of the network with the hero. Minus armored, really gonna hurt Bach. Even with Ring of Protection, it's still not enough. 2 points in Wave of Terror, reducing the armor by 4.
Ori sitting here, not a lot of health, no bottle charges, 9-1 charges though. And 1 level available in the Nature's Attendants, but probably going to be used here to heal up. Even though it's only level 1, it does do a good amount of healing, especially Ori now able to pick up the haste rune. Top lane calling down, silences up Monet, and they also hit the dead shot to fear back towards the 2 of them. But now you've got Bobica thinking about going in as well, where Bach is back under the tower, and they can't really make that jump.
Still no first blood, 6.5 minutes. XP runes are about to spawn in 30 seconds. Everybody focusing on the farm. Ori, he is going for enemy XP rune, does have haste rune available, so can easily snatch it. And maybe try to backstab JT. They have no stuns, however.
They have Enchant, which will slow JT. Now popping the haste,
Requiem.
They have to be careful. Ooh. Bramble right on top of the Wisdom Rune, picked up, bottled by Ori. And now Bobica is also going to drop for first blood.
That's nicely done by Ori. Gets the perfect rune for it. A lot of the times you'll see these heroes, for example, in a safe lane, Weaver trying to invade enemy XP rune, pretty much similar with the haste rune. You can go in, and now getting the XP rune for himself will now level 7 on Shadow Fiend. Those 4 points in Shadow Rays is gonna get you the kill. Any kind of setup, if they can smoke and try to make Nothing to Say's lane even more miserable, that would be really nice for Azure.
So ridiculous, by the way, that TM Ming was able to sit under the tower and just have Nature's Attendants on while they harass JT. Pulverizes the lane bottom, but nothing doing. Rune is bottom. Ori getting the benefits of the rune again. This time it's a shield rune. Definitely could play aggressive with a shield rune. Enchant used onto Bobica, and here come the raises again. And Bobica gonna die to Ori. Closing in on that level 8. This tower, by the way, is almost dead.
They don't have the tools to deal with Naga Siren right now. Primal Beast, if he tries to run in with Trample, he'll get stopped by Ensnare and Low.
Top lane though, Bach getting chased, dead shot. He lands the calling, saving the life of Bach.
That's what we talked during the draft, that you need to bring an extra hero to get a kill on Centaur. Even with 3 heroes, it was still not enough to bring him down. Gets super tanky with his Rawhide and also horsepower.
Monet, his farm is, it's solid. The lane's not bad up here. I thought they'd be a little bit more aggressive on Azure, but you weren't really given the opportunity to find Monet and or X-Nova too far out. Satyr will be eaten, killed off.
Azure bringing in numbers to this mid lane. They have extra armor, a lot of right-click damage from Shadow Fiend, sitting at 22 Necromastery. Going into right-click oriented build, once more scaling. This build seems, I would say, superior. The other build is a bit of pub-oriented, where you go for Blink Dagger or a Yule Scepter, pick up Yashikaya, then you have that cast speed reduction, playing with the Aghanim Scepter Refresher. Thing is, you are playing for a kill every 2 minutes and then deciding to join. While having right-click damage-oriented build, you tend to be much more active, and also you can be frontlining for the team. Dragonlance Power Treads with the BKB, SNY if necessary. Oh, Boboka's having a really rough game.
And the Hurricane was what pulled Bobica back to potentially getting caught there. Into the Shadow Realm and surviving. Low's having a great time bottom. Really not being touched at all. The pressure that he was able to put into the tier 1 tower, they came through and obviously they got that tower very quickly.
Man, Bobica. He needs level. His XP rune got stolen, got killed twice. Not involved in any kills because they don't have a single kill. Level 3 just got level 4. You can't play the game, like, you literally cannot play the game as Willow 10 minutes into the game without having your spells maxed out. If you don't have Bedlam, if you don't have Terrorize, you can't combo with the offlaner. 3k gold lead already for Azure. It's a bit of a slower start, and also looking at the itemization that they're going for. Monet going for Battle Fury and Vengeful Spirit. So that's going to be his way of dealing with Naga Siren and the illusions. It's not that good anymore. Maybe when I think about it, maybe Maelstrom / Mjolnir or just Gleipnir was a better idea. Now that you have this innate ability that gives you miss chance onto Naga Siren. So Battle Fury will still have a chance to miss, especially if you are grouping up with other illusions. It goes up pretty high with Manta Style. You can have quite a lot of illusions, almost 30% evasion, which means that almost every third hit is going to miss from that Battle Fury. Compared to Maelstrom, where you can actually proc. Every lightning procs goes to evasion. JT, ready to go in.
Ooh, Requiem. That's going to push back JT. The damage is out. TMing surviving here. They go to the Winter's Curse, though, and will not survive with this Shadow Fiend hitting away. A raise kills off JT, but they've got the magic missile and the damage to take out Ori. Another to say ends up falling. Bach dies. 3 heroes gone on the side of Azure Ray. Good fight overall for IG, but Low showing up, thinking about going in on the Monet with the help of FY. Terrorized from Bobica. Ooh, misses Low.
Another good save from X-Nova.
They've got this cold embrace. The battle on top of FY. The calling is down. They'll feed away the Muerta, which means 4 have died for Azure, and Low doesn't get anything out of this.
Such a good fight. Like, great Winter's Curse, and then you get the swap on Shadowfiend. We did talk about Shadowfiend during the draft. If he gets repositioned, it was a nice Requiem, but he is still very vulnerable, being in the middle of a fight, and they survive. And also Bobica getting 2 last hits in that fight, getting level 6 mid-team fight, immediately goes for Hand of Midas. This is the most Bobica thing I've ever seen.
This is what I joked about the other day about Dark Will getting early kills, right? Just go Midas. The last time we saw Will get a lot of gold, it was straight into the Spirit Vessel. This time, obviously, Bobica things, like you said. Going in Midas.
Needs a way to come back into the game. If they lost that fight, he would be in such a miserable spot. You would lose gold instead of gaining gold. You would be level 4, maybe level 5. They also need to pick up the XP rune on their side. The good thing for them is whenever you pick up a wisdom rune, you have Eldworm Scholar, so granting 20% of the experience to other 3 heroes. So somebody will get the extra XP, but they need to pick up the rune. That's the big part.
Interesting one to have. Eldworm Scholar. It's those weird, very specific innate abilities. Like the Courier one from DK.
You mean Marcy with the Courier?
Yeah, the Marcy one, sorry. I'm thinking Dragon's Blood.
Yeah, that one is not doing much for Marcy. You have better laning stage in all 3 lanes. But then again, it's not really doing much for the hero. Compared to like Naga Siren having evasion when she's around other Naga Siren illusions.
Like there's a big difference between that.
Yeah, the one sounds much stronger.
Yeah. Some innates are just really lackluster.
Will get changed eventually. A lot of those, same goes for the talents that we
Those
had.
extra brambles coming in to catch TMA. Stampede Curse Crown
One
and
of the
Shadow
finest
Realm Strike
creations.
Requiem.
What is this hero?
Ench never dies.
4 points in nature attendance, has Cloak, has Safety Bubble, Magic Wand, and Fluffy Hat. Gets Stampede away, back to full HP. This is not the hero that you want to focus. The reason why you also don't want to focus it, it's not dealing any damage whatsoever, because you have no points in Impetus, at least at the early points of the game. You are maxing out your... There we go again. This time it will be enough.
Nature's attendance was on cooldown, so they get the kill on the Ench. They had everybody go for Enchantress. Box also did. 2 heroes got on the side of Azure Ray. As the calling, a little bit of a deterrent, keeping IG at bay after they got those kills.
This is why I like Hoodwink more than Position 4 Muerta. They did use it to be a little bit of a flex until the end, until they see what IG's last pick in the game is going to be. But you don't really see Pierce the Veil being like utilized early on compared to Sharpshooter, where you can keep the distance, while FY on Muerta needs to get close to be able to hit the heroes. Two-man
Good
stomp.
stomp. But the onslaught onto the backlines again, going after the Enchantress, who's using the Nature's Attendance to heal the entire trample damage. Almost back up to full. There's a Winter's Curse on a Bach, who ends up surviving. Now the Song on a 2. They want to get this JT Primal Beast, but they will focus their attention on the other 2, which are Axe Nova and Bobica. They'll end a 2-man hoof stomp into the Shadow Realm. There are the Brambles, Tia Ming navigating with full health. By the way, as the dead shot lands, Bobica slowed up thanks to the enchant, and the raise is there for Ori to get the kill.
Bach on this fight. He did land two-man stomps twice, and then also great Song from low. He decides to join relatively early on, just enough to land them 2 more kills on 2 supports. Having a perfect game so far on low. 10,000 net worth. There's a big difference between him and Monet right now. And Monet did change his mind. Did opt to go for Echo Saber, going into Manta style. So we'll have a little bit of extra protection against Naga Siren once she picks up that Orchid, which she always goes for as her second item.
Going for Enchantress yet again. But this time, again, when you've got 4 heroes here and not really surviving on that one. Also, going into the Mage Slayer for this Enchantress. Picked up that Blitz Knuckles.
Wants to deal with
level
Leshrac.
Impetus, but yeah.
You hit Leshrac in the middle of a fight. Same goes for Primal Beast. And also there is 50% chance that you will get it from Tormentor. Your Shard, it works really nice. So you apply Mage Slayer to every hit. Ori, he's invis, but he can... JT, he can check that there is a presence of the Dark Lord on top of him. So should know something is up if he's paying attention. Blade Mail.
There it is. There's the Blade Mail a little bit late, trying to survive, but they have that Orchid, and that Orchid burn will kill JT. All right, 19 minutes in, 3,000 net worth lead. Pretty close game overall. There's nothing to say working on that Bloodstone. You've got Venge almost at the Manta, but is this Manta going to feel like a big item for Monet overall?
Venge has carry deals quite a lot of damage, and is also very survivable. You having Nether Swap, having Wyvern playing behind you with the mech, 3 points in Cold Embrace. So he should be fine, and also Terrorize if necessary. Boboka going full carry mode.
Stampede, this is a problem. Nothing to say though. Cold Embrace and the Winter's Curse from X-Nova. Bach, though, not taking a lot of damage from this Enchantress. They get the kill and nothing to say. They keep Bach alive. They've rooted up the Naga Siren. They're going to start to run. Onslaught out of range. Boboka running from the right clicks from Ori. And one more right click needed. It'll be Low who gets the kill.
They are controlling the map. They are going for the kills right now. IG, they will need to bring the numbers. I think with this type of a build, Monet, he needs to join. Like, he needs to be in the fight, dealing the damage, getting the swap. Because he can swap in the middle of a fight if Wyvern is still alive, bail someone out of trouble, and still survive in the middle of a fight. This Enchantress is a menace. Now found also Pupil's Gift, of course, to increase the tankiness. Exactly what you need with the Mage Slayer.
I think I need to start spamming this hero, going the 044 route.
And this is also the new talent, 30 move speed during Nature's Attendance, so you can zoom out. God. It all makes sense, all these talents.
You don't even need to enchant a creep. You just walk in, use the enchant on the enemy. Impetus, it's level 1, who cares, but it sets up for everybody else. Unfortunately, too, X-Nova and the Cold Embrace does set them up to getting hit with the Requiem there as well.
There is a lot of heal. There is going to be a lot of heal, but you also have good amount of magic damage from Shadowfiend. He is the mixed damage with Shadow Raises, and also going for the right-click items. Level 15, Presence Aura Effect buildings. That's the big one. That's the one where you can start sieging the towers. Roshan, next on the menu for Azure. I feel like they should just instantly go to Rosh Pit right now, having Song to defend if necessary. But you have more than enough damage. You have tier 1 tower to TP2 if things go wrong. Buyback on some of the supports. Eternal Shroud being delivered to low. He said it's going to be a good Naga Siren game. 2-3 items. They will lack damage to kill the illusions. Sitting at 2,000 HP with a lot of magic resistance. And it's not going to be contested. Even though they are smoked, still not going to be able to get there on time.
Truth be told, you're talking about Presence Aura allowing them to siege. It's felt like they can siege towers with low pretty early on. They did so in the bottom lane on that tier 1 tower. But now they got the tier 2 tower, and obviously the addition makes it feel even stronger. Wonder if they'll fight with this Aegis immediately, or if they're gonna just wait the 20 seconds for Requiem. We're looking towards this triangle. No stopping them. They do have this Obs. Need to be careful on Ori. There's the Orchid through from low on a JT. Silence him up. Netted him as well. They look for the Terrorize for a second. Nothing to say is in trouble. Terrorize lands. That's going to hit on Ori as well as low. It pushes them away. They still have the Requiem. That'll be thrown onto JT. They'll get this kill eventually onto the Primal Beast. But everybody else is allowed to leave thanks to that curse into the Terrorize.
A lot of team fight control from both of the teams. You have Deadshot, you have Terrorize on one side, Song of the Siren, Requiem, a lot of fear mechanics as well coming out. But JT going in without a BKB gets instantly silenced, so he doesn't get pulverized immediately on Shadow Fiend. Even though Ori is holding the Aegis, look at that damage on the towers.
Yeah.
Presence Aura affects buildings, -7 armor.
Way quicker than it once was, and it was fast before. Shadow Fiend, I believe that is full pike. Yep, coming through. Blink from Bach, looking for X Nova. But not going to find him yet with the Arctic Burn. Ends up coming down right in front of Ori. So X Nova, he'll mech, he'll run, he'll die though, as Bach blinks on top of him and uses that double edge.
Seems like they want to close out the game potentially with this first Aegis. Centaur, I like what I see from his itemization. Bach going for Crimson Guard after finishing off Eternal Shroud. Works much better on Centaur nowadays with the recent changes where the guard damage block is of caster's max HP rather than strength. And you are getting a lot of HP. Every 2 minutes you get 35 max HP.
So at 3166, the 2.5% should be about 75 plus the 70, so about 145 block. Blink Coast Stomp, JT. This is problematic. Magic Missile though on a Bach. He's gonna be in so much trouble as he'll end up getting pulverized into the ground. They use that song, they try to turn this. The BKB is running out on JT. He has to get back up out of the high ground, but losing Bach there stops this push for the moment.
A bit too deep. You gotta respect the damage coming out from these heroes, and they also have quite a lot of sustain. Now Guardian Grease picked up on X Nova with Cold Embrace, Vampire Fangs, Bloodstone on Leshrac. You need to be able to kill him from 100 to 0, or you need to be able to jump the backlines. Two supports have quite a lot of control on G2.iG. Robocup continues to farm up. His Aghanim Scepter soon online. That Hand of Midas Gold kicking in.
Is it enough, though? 1,000 gold away from finishing that Ags. Will it be the item that turns the tides? There are some games where that Ags feels devastating.
It does, especially at the later stages of the game. We're still 30 minutes in. Also, he did not have that good of a time. One of the lowest net worth supports in the game, bottom 2. And after dying like that, Bach immediately changing his item build. He's like, okay, what made me kill there? Lotus Orb, great game against Swap, against Curse. Curse Crown as well, and also Pulverize. Yeah, a lot of spells that can be reflected. We don't see too much of that item. It's very situational, because a lot of these single target abilities, if you don't have enough single target abilities, you're not gonna buy it. And also, ever since the change to mana boots, a lot of the supports also wanted to buy that item, but now you can't justify having mana boots and then buying energy booster, basically having to buy all components. Might be good for the later stages of the game, but we really don't see this item being purchased early on.
We'll see how this Lotus does, and yep, the Staff of Wizardry, the last piece needed for this Dark Willow. Trying to farm the enemy's triangle, getting away with it, while the rest of the team, though, is smoked up. Everybody but the Leshrac. There's 3 heroes moving forward. Pulverize, again, going for Enchantress and being successful.
All the magic damage. He's buying everything he can to reduce the magic damage from G2.iG. Picked up Dandelion Amulet, picked up another infused Raindrop for himself, having a Mage Slayer. Everything that is available in the shop, he's gonna buy.
Force Staff is next on the list.
Low, we'll stick around. Around enemy XP rune. We'll pick it up, steal it away from Winter Wyvern. Very cool. But Boboka on the other side will get one for himself. Might pay the price here.
Maybe. Although Can he get out? TP, no. So that pushes back the Ags again. Which is unfortunate for Bobica, who's been trying to farm this opposite side of the map to get to this Ags and being stopped just shy of it. Nothing to say about to have that BKB. He'll feel like he's in a great spot to fight with that BKB, or a better spot to fight. Maybe not a great spot. However, Azure, they're up 10,000 gold. This is a big advantage for them, and it feels like one. As they go again onto this Enchantress.
No Manta style.
But it's now a turn onto Monet, and they'll get the kill onto the Venge. This is an illusion that's been stomped up and stunned for a second. FY with that Gleipnir. But Monet in trouble. It's just the illusion. He's already died, but this is the Ags illusion, which will die too.
I think this Ags illusion needs to take extra damage. Right now, it feels like you're committing way too hard to try to kill it. They did get the kill. There was no Manta style available. Couldn't get out of Bloodthorn. Couldn't get out of Manta style. Bobica, Hand of Midas. It is getting their Aghanim Scepter now completed.
Is this the item? We've seen singular items be the difference maker before.
How greedy are these position 4s? One going for Gleipnir, the other one going Ags into Moonshard. I mean, that's how you should play most of the time, especially with these greedier heroes that you do pick up. Not saying that you should do it every single time with Willow, because her other build-up also feels really nice with the Shard, maxing out the Curse Crown. But in this game, he feels like he needs a little bit more scaling. One thing that they don't have on Azure is no healing reduction. There is no Spirit Vessel, there is no Shivas yet, no Scotty. You're playing against Bloodstone, you're playing against Winter Wyvern with Guardian Greaves, with Cold Embrace. Would definitely love to have any kind of healing reduction that you can pick up. Of course, now you're not going to go for Spirit Vessel, but Scotty and Shivas. Shivas for Centaur, Scotty maybe for Centaur later on. Did I say Centaur? I meant Shadow Fiend.
I knew what you meant.
Scotty Centaur, that sounds hype.
Hell yeah. What would win, Scotty Centaur or Refresher?
Listen. Scotty Centaur with Shard slowing you down constantly. You can't move. Gets on top of you with the Stampede. We might be onto something. We're not.
I think. No, you're cooking. I think you're cooking.
It's meme. Can work as a meme, but definitely not gonna pick it up on center. You already have enough HP. I don't know if you're gonna be dealing many right-click damages.
Till I die, I will be your hype man. You say any build, I will hype you up. Say anything crazy, I got you. Slop. Ooh, Lotus.
Great pickup. Outplayed by one item. He was quick. That was quick fingers.
That was very fast, yeah. Saw that smoke break and immediately popped in. That with the Stampede, too. That was almost simultaneous. Just disappointed. No Scotty queued up for him yet.
Nothing to say. They might get a BKB out of this usage.
Does he turn, though?
He's trying to.
Some of his team close, but not really all that close.
Impossible to navigate through Bramble Mazes. They also a bit of an unfair fight. There is a gate that G2.iG can go through, while Azure cannot.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Those one-way gates. Don't they have like a proper name?
They do. I checked the name multiple times and I forgot.
We've talked about
There's
this.
Something about the Octarine core. It took me good 3 years to remember the name of that item. I always had to click on the shop.
Yeah, and it's I guess that's your kryptonite. Remembering Octarine core or XWY.
Yeah. XYW, XWY. I pronounce it, what's easier for me. Second Roche, which does have Aegis and Roshan's banner. Finally, Roshan's banner does feel like a good item. Great for sieging the high ground.
Does it?
Yeah, a great improvement.
we've seen obviously the reworks there. It's changed from 5 minutes to 2 minutes, and the melee hero attacks now deal 2 times damage.
But it's so good. Like the team
we
actually
see teams
picked it
hold
up.
them.
Yeah, but the teams picked it up.
You think
A couple of times
was it a
before,
leave it there?
they forgot about it. They're like, yeah, it's not gonna have much impact. But having invulnerable creeps when you're pushing does make quite a lot of difference. And as you said, we've seen teams stacking if they're not going for the high ground, and then having bigger AoE, because you can like put 2 different banners in 2 different spots. Sometimes they don't reach. The AoE is just big enough, I would say, where it does the job, but it can also get killed.
I've given you 24 hours. Have you thought of that upgrade with 3 banners?
Not something I thought about in the last 24 hours, I gotta be honest.
Fair enough. Expected, honestly. We'll come back with a good idea eventually. What's Venge going for? Monet just kind of sitting in base at the moment. Satanic.
I believe that's Butterfly.
Butterfly? What did I say?
Satanic. You're losing.
Did I?
Yeah. It is
I swear I said
Satanic. Okay. It is recorded on video, Benjamin. We can watch
Don't go
it
back.
later.
Don't go back. Stop. All right, cut this. Edit this.
It's going to be available for the whole world to see. Some big damage
Don't
items
tell them
coming
to
out.
cut that out.
Shadow Fiend level 20, damage per soul, and also just finished off Daedalus.
Oops, stop. Finding the fear in getting that kill. Bach getting the kill into Bobica. As Requiem flying through and killing off X-Nova.
Map is getting smaller and smaller. G2.iG trying to
Also,
get out of
nothing
the map.
to say. He is in trouble.
They're getting punished.
Bops the BKB. These impetus shots are doing some okay damage, but there's the Gleipnir, pierce the veil. They've got the calling. They'll get the kill. That's 3 heroes dead around the map.
There's a casual Vambrace on the ground. Nobody cares about it anymore. Tier 3 items are available. About to hit 37 mark with Tier 4 neutral items. But yeah, they are getting punished heavily. Leshrac just TP'd to an outpost, I believe, and couldn't get out of trouble. There was no BKB TP out. Ori, looking at his damage glyph, has already been used. Roshan's banner available for FY.
Swap. BKB, Ori. He's got this Aegis. Doesn't have Requiem for 40 seconds. He's just kind of trying to survive with about half his life remaining as JT Lotus Orb. And that banner taken care of immediately. Down and done. Upgraded creeps no more.
It's done the job. Bobica is like, yeah, this Hyperstone, this Moon Shard that I wanted to get is a bit too far away, so we'll buy poor man's
Mask of Madness.
pretty
Mask
much.
of Madness. Oh my
So
god.
Mask of Madness for him.
Swap. Again, the Enchantress dead. They are ripping through the Enchantress, but it does require quite a bit. So 16,000 net worth lead here for Azure. BKB next for FY. He's felt very strong as they're going to go again onto Ori. Still, though, he's got this Aegis trying to make a move, and the song is good from low. BKB from JT, another Pulverize. Feels like this has just 0 cooldown as they're going to go for low, who does not have that Aegis. They need to be careful with this Naga Siren, who already used the song. The BKB is going to be running out in a second, though, for nothing to say. They've got the Lotus Orb on him. Wave of Terror, Ori again. Aegis is what's keeping the confidence for him to just run forward. They get the kill and nothing to say. They'll look over at JT, who used that Overseal Totem to jump far, but not far enough. Bach gets the kill on the JT. 3 heroes dead on the side of IG. Bach dominating, and this is the side of Azure starting to clean everybody up. Cold Embrace will keep Monet next to everybody so they can get that kill.
Another Lotus Orb play. He's reeling him in. Desperation.
Curse.
They want to kill Enchantress one more time. 6 out of 11 deaths on Enchantress. They had to commit pretty heavily, and that just might be it for G2.iG.
It just expires, but Ori's happy with that to be back full health, full mana anyway. This is at least going to be Megas. They've got maybe one more fight left in them. Song. Oh, they really hate Bobica. They'll call GG off of that kill on Bobica. They know it's over. They know it's time to call it. And Azure, they're up 1-0. And a game away from qualifying for the International.
Big dub.
Earlier BKB if need be. It definitely solidifies a timing for them.
It does. It's going to be 3 BKB timing pretty much. Dragonite, Blink into BKB from the from the mid lane. Might pick up Mage Slayer. Might be the first item of a choice, considering that he is playing into Leshrac.
Yeah.
But they have the options. IG, they had the option to lane this Razor mid, but after seeing Ursa, they're like, okay, we'll take it. We'll put Razor in the lane against Ursa, so he's not going to be able to achieve much. And also, throughout the game, if Ursa's played against Enchantress, his overpower gets dispelled, he doesn't deal as much damage. It's much better than it was before, having your talents, especially 15 talents where Earthshock applies to you for swipes charges. I think we're going to see a lot of fighting going on, but do not underestimate Io and Marcy. These two heroes, when played together, can soak up a lot of damage, and also one of the funniest thing is seeing Sidekick on Io. It looks like some kind of a bug. It's just a little bit of light coming out because he doesn't have hands. It's actually a ball. So we didn't know where to put it.
Hopefully we get to see that. And I like this IG lineup. I think it's... I want to say like 55-45 or 60-40 IG in my opinion. I don't know if this Ursa is going to get as much out of the game as they want. I'm interested to see TMing on this Witch Doctor and how much this Voodoo Festoration is going to do. Oh, and
it is go time. Look at him go.
Immediately. Voodoo Festoration, run in, but the Blood Grenade, the right clicks, the turnaround, he needs to be careful as he will survive.
Tried to zone out solo 2 enemy heroes. They throw a Blood Grenade immediately, so he will heal himself up. Still deals damage. The thing about this Voodoo Festoration / Restoration is the AoE is pretty massive. It's so big.
That's quite the AoE. And you know, when it gets to level 2 and 3, all of a sudden you don't really recognize that you're taking a significant amount of damage from this Voodoo Festoration.
This is the one where you want to have the shieldest cosmetic in the game so that you actually can't see it. Try to camouflage this Voodoo Restoration. Instead of having, golden circle, just let it be green.
You want the pay to win.
Pretty much. Don't pay anything to win. No.
Just have the default cosmetic. If you're doing Voodoo Festoration, though, I think you need to get the Crimson Witness Witch Doctor one, so it's red. That would be the biggest pay to lose, though. I like the Voodoo Festoration early, for sure. But this isn't exactly a lineup of Razor and Enchantress that you'll feel too confident running into. As Bach bottom, he's a couple shots from dead, able to walk it away just barely. He does not have any regen, however, and he's going to ship a salve out to himself.
Tough lane for them. You have Nyx Assassin who's been jungling, using Mind Flare on some of the creeps in jungle. That's about it. And then try to drag the creep wave, and now lane is in a good spot relatively, but you are given a complete free farm to Marcy. Ursa's doing much better than I expected. I guess it comes down to Voodoo Festoration again. Zoning out completely 2 heroes, soaking up all of the damage. Oh, that's good, the speed coming.
They can just make moves like that, and that's an early level in the cask. We've seen some Witch Doctors go 0-4-4.
In this lane, he wants to stop Razor from getting the link off with the cask instead of not having a stun. Could be quite difficult to play the lane for low.
Definitely, definitely. Mid is just a farming fest. I don't think Nothing to Say dies in that lane alone. I don't really think Ori dies either unless he's really caught out of position. They don't quite have the supports from IG to make moves over mid. Enchantress and IO aren't exactly the best in locking anybody down.
Ori's the one who's really struggling, at least with getting some CS. 11 denies on Nothing to Say.
This is similar to that DK Ember matchup we saw in the last BO3.
DK does quite well against some of the range heroes from the mid lane. Also putting a lot of pressure, especially with Corrosive Dragon. It does work in melee form, so every single time you get close, you get hit by it. There's constant chip damage, and Jungling Axe on the different side of the map. I just had to double check if it's the top part of the map. Does not want to get found by Enchantress,
who pauses the game. Well, we got a quick pause, quick disconnect. We'll be back in a moment. This has forced Bach all the way out of the lane, which means it was already happening when Bach was in the lane. Monet's got free farm. Which, if Bach's not going to show back up to the lane, X-Nova can be elsewhere.
He can make a move, but then again, it's only IO, so not very effective. You might have a TP rotation, try to save people with the Healing Lotus with the stick or something, but can't really make super aggressive move. Can rotate to the mid lane, give a little bit of move speed to your mid laner, because he's also having a really good time. Will get level 6 faster than Ori. Marcy left completely alone. I don't know if FY is going to be able to get much done. At least that's some solo XP for him, so he's enjoying his life.
It's solo XP that maybe leads to an earlier vendetta, and they could use that to go around. The only thing that I could see happening is FY gets jumped on and rebound, dispose. He dies pretty quickly. The annoyance now of this Warpine Raider throwing the Seed shot. Obviously, hugely variation of the Acorn shot.
Completely different
species
spell,
of
yes.
shot, but different spell. Because an Acorn is a seed. But a seed is not always an acorn. Did I right?
Wow, that blew my mind.
TMing under the tower. He'll end up dead. JT gets first blood, but trading his life for this. And the Warpine Raider, as well as Bobica, will trade Low's life.
Bobica pretty happy about this one. Getting solo XP. 1k gold lead for G2.iG already. FY. He's thinking, where can he go? How do I collect XP? There's not much I can do in this bottom lane.
I really do think you just sit here and soak experience.
Yeah, Bach is doing the old trick with Tranquil Boots jungling, going between the camps, then disassembling mana boot, disassembling the Tranquil Boot so it doesn't get cancelled. It is a lot of work. It's an honest work, but it is a lot of work.
I was thinking the same thing. It's an honest day's work. Oh, TMing caught again. This plasma field will kill him, but they do get the turn on a JT, and every time they kill JT, this feels worth it as long as they don't lose low. Box here, so they have the battle hunger. FY's got a stun in 5 seconds, but they won't need it because they hit the call. They've got the body blocks, and they'll get this kill on the Enchantress.
JT's probably saying, what is enemy off lane doing in the top lane 6 minutes into the game? Axe is jungling in the top part of the map, and FY is like, yeah, I also can't lane bottom, so we will make a new lane for ourselves. And there's a move with IO and Dragonite hitting that level 6 earlier. Then Ori, who's about to crack level 6. They take the tower, play with the catapult wave. G2.iG having a pretty good understanding what needs to be done. Monet actually has Battle Fury in his quick buy.
Yeah, you talked about this to the draft. If people are just joining us, what did you say during the draft? I don't want to mess up your words here.
No, it's just that the
About
hero
Battle
can't
Fury.
really farm. If you're pushed out of the lane early on, you're trying to get a Battle Fury. IO fixes those problems, so you can go for any item you want. I'm not sure if you still want to go for Battle Fury. Monet type of a guy that when he commits to an item, he does go for it. But having a complete free farm might give you just enough to get away, with that Battle Fury, because your items are gonna come out much faster compared to having Armlet, but this also means that you're more heavily focused on farm rather than joining some of these earlier engagements. You will not have that impact with relocate type of a play. Armlet, sidekick, unleash. They're setting things up in the bottom lane. Observer ward, scouted witch doctor, Tian Ming. Oh, he knows.
Now he knows,
but
but
that.
will this be his life for that ward? Yes, very much so. It does get FY to 6, and it's a quick 6, 8 minutes into the game, a level 6 Nyx Assassin. What can you get done with that? That's the real question.
You'll need to play with Leshrac at his bottom right now. Nyx has a really good faucet. Scuttle, first 15 seconds of Vendetta, you can go through the hills, unobstructed padding, and also being hasted. Bach continues to farm up. This guy has a couple of tricks up his sleeve, considering that he was completely left alone. Still in a good spot. Has the same amount of farm as Ori.
Getting that kill onto the DK, that is an immediate turn with that Vendetta to make something happen where FY gets credit for the kill, but it opens up the game for Ori now. Bach. There it is.
We'll try to stack it one more time.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
3 points in counter helix should be good enough to clear this camp.
Bottom tower.
And also found a really good neutral item. Safety bubble for him.
Dire's bottom tower has
Gotta stay safe. Although, Bach, eating a little bit too much damage. We'll Tranquils and get back in there.
If he doesn't get Tranquil in this scenario, which is what I would say 90% of the pro players would do, his farm would be so bad right now. You would not be able to sustain. Maybe you could buy like a Ring of Health or something, because you need to change up your item build. You need to find a way how to come back into the game, because you basically had no game.
Yeah. He's pushed out of lane level 3. They are over here towards bottom, maybe looking for Bach. And they've got 4 heroes. They're pushing a tier 2 tower before 10 minutes. And I don't really think Azure can respond.
Well, you're telling me that Nyx Assassin with 1 Impale is not going to stop the whole push?
Pikachu face. Oh, no. I don't think so. I do not think so. Also, this is a...
Oh, they're stealing the stacks. No, you gotta go in. You can't allow this to happen. FY, ready to go. IO.
First 15 seconds gets that Vendetta and kills off X-Nova. That was good movements there from FY, but Ori walked into a boxer known as Monet on this Marcy. Just got knocked out.
They're back to stealing the stacks.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
FY, they were like, okay, we stacked some of these camps. We want to get the XP. So,
seriously. We won't get the gold, but give us the XP at least.
Sitting around, trying to soak up the experience from it.
They also had that Cobalt with them.
Complete free farm on Monet. That's going to be, what, like 12-minute Battle Fury?
Look at Bobica. Just for a second, Lacoste. And tell me how you know, based on all the Enchantresses we've seen prior to this, that you know this is Bobica playing this Enchantress.
He chooses the different path. 2 different paths. First of all, he did go for Spellbound, and I see max impetus, so he wants to scale. Can't really blame him. Bobica is the OG position for Enchantress. I'm gonna kill you alone, mid and late game type of a player.
Fight me. FY. He was on that cliff for a second, but if you ended up losing that scuttle, could have cliffed yourself. He's scuttling, he's looking, he's searching. Maybe finds Bobica. It's a possibility. But Bobica has to step out. JT would be the right marker if they were able to get him. He's got 150 health. And that's it. But not going to find anybody with this vendetta.
Last like 7-8 minutes of the game, it looked pretty bad for Azure, but they managed to slightly stabilize. It's still a 2k gold lead, which is not too bad. Your Ursa is the Battle Fury, which is great timing. Second on the net worth, 12 minutes in. Same timing as Battle Fury on Marcy, pretty much.
Yeah, but Marcy also went phase Orbit Corrosion.
We don't need to go through all the details.
I'm just saying, it was something I wanted to mention before, too. That we were talking, if you don't have a lane, you don't go Battle Fury, but you had such a lane, you were able to go Battle Fury and Orbit Corrosion. This Marcy's living the dream. The only thing that would make this more of a dream for Marcy is if they could start speaking instead of whistling.
This is going to be one gigantic Marcy throughout the whole game. It's going to be a massive issue. Even if he feeds away 3 kills, he will get the farm. And going for a bit of an different item build than what we see, but you have to adjust every single time.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Carriers are like, what gives me status resistance? Well, they pick up SNY most of the time, and I don't have
Very dead.
Okay, dead.
Unleash.
Dead.
TMing, dead. This is the power of Marcy with level 1 in Unleash. And X-Nova tethered up. And you wanted to see that sidekick, so now we've just got that glowing orb in front of the IO.
These are his hands. That's his left hand on IO. Bach continues to farm up, very close to his Blink Dagger. Will take the XP rune for himself. Also will scan just in case somebody is coming, making sure that he can farm this camp.
Haven't really seen the relocate move yet. But X-Nova, he's tethered up to Monet at all times, and with Unleash not being that long of a cooldown, they can really be involved at any time.
Bobica prepping for the late game, having 3 I don't think I've seen a player buy 3 dust. 1 dust is fine. Having the 2nd dust is okay, so just in case you don't go back to base, your courier is dead, or another fight happens. Being on 30-second cooldown, so having 2 charges is fine, but 3 so early on, 14 minutes, I don't think I've ever seen it.
With drums as well.
Had to make sure that you can't dig up dust? With trusty shovel.
Checking. Rune, Flask, Mango, Cobalt. Bounty rune, that is. This Blink Dagger. Available. Ooh, they're going to go instead on the Ursa. Whoa! I've heard people talk about taming the bear, but that was certainly it. They go and get the
great stun.
Blink call, and that is amazing with the follow-up cask and Death Ward from TMing. Bach survives. They'll take out Monet. That's a 5-time spree going to Bach. A good amount of gold. They'll find Bobica. Battle Hunger on him. Split Earth lands, and it's FY with that Mind Flare that just kills off the Enchantress.
Oof, man, FY really carrying Azure in the last couple of minutes. Getting the kill on Ayo there, now landing a 3-man stun, bursting Marcy down and giving Bach just enough time to come in with the Blink Dagger, gets a call, and they get a dunk. Overextending there a little bit. Not respecting. I mean, they are pushing a tier 2 tower without a sentry. They do have dust, however, 3 dusts, very important.
Roche is Azure Rays.
This is massive. The last couple of minutes for Azure, this move, and also stealing Roshan from G2.iG. This type of a play is going to make you... There it is, Bobica.
There's the dust.
Sentry is much more effective against Nyx Assassin. FY with the Blink Dagger ready to go.
TMing's here. Maledic, they don't have the death ward, but now the turnaround. Monet is here, and we'll kill off TMing. I don't know what they thought they could get done without death ward.
Maybe they thought he's isolated. If he's not playing with the rest of the team, maybe they can get a kill, but highly unlikely.
Unlikely.
To get a kill there with no death ward. Need that little bit of extra damage. Good thing about having Ursa in the team, your Tormentor will die almost immediately, 20 minutes into the game, so 2 supports will have it, and these are really good shard supports. Witch Doctor, who's holding the Gree for quite some time. I did say that I wanted to see Spirit Vessel FY. Seems like he said, I need a Blink Dagger, I need to be the initiator, I also need to be able to get out of trouble in case they buy sentries and I can't get a hit from Vendetta. So we'll need to find a way to start a fight on top of the Axe. So Spirit Vessel on Tianming. If he consumes Gree in the next 5 minutes or so, we'll have enough to buy Spirit Vessel. That's gonna be the big one. It's not happening. It's never a good time to use Gree.
It's always an investment. And if I spend it early, there's so much missed out opportunity. Can't spend it this soon. So TP back there from Nothing to Say. And a blink into the Dragon Tail. They've got the static link. Ori's in trouble again. Previous 2 deaths have been to Unleash, but this time it's to JT and Nothing to Say.
Ori not really having a game, but he still has, considering everything, how his lane went, has more farm than Nothing to Say. Even after getting this kill or assist goal from it, still less farmed.
They'll go up, smoke through the Twin Gates to find something. They've got vision on Bobica, but Monet is also up here. Maybe they can get this kill. However, a call running right over to Bach. There's the rebound, the Force Staff away. Lowe's going to get the kill on Bobica. The look to get Monet. Can they kill him off? The Death Ward was already stopped. Lowe's in a little bit too far. The Unleash, the Link. Bach, Lowe. Lowe's not getting out, but Bach TP'd and he's gone.
FY, another stun in a second.
Maybe some help? No. Monet, just with the Unleash still going, is able to blow up this bear again.
Dies too quickly. They need to control him. Axe needs to be able to control this Marcy, but they also need to kill Io. There's way too much healing right now. They have no healing reduction whatsoever. Usually for Ursa, you do buy Orb of Corrosion, especially in a scenario like this. You're playing against Dragonite, Enchantress, Io, Marcy. Everybody has some kind of a healing. So, kind of needed to have. Eventually, Shiva's Guard, if the game goes long enough, will be picked up by Leshrac. Spirit Vessel on Witch Doctor needs a recipe.
Stacking there, Monet. Super farmed. Super duper farmed. 20 minutes into the game, almost 14,000 net worth compared to this Ursa. Only 1 death for the Marcy, and that was recently 8-1-0 for Monet. Lowe really needing to farm up and get a little bit more, as he's looking for his BKB. Bloodstone for Ori is eventually there. Staff for Bach. This is Blink and Force Staff with the Blade Mail. Nothing queued up just yet, and it's still disassembling and assembling those tracks.
Working pretty hard. One of the hardest working players in Dota scene right now. It's ton of work. This constant pressure, like that you have to use it, otherwise it gets cancelled. But you get the value out of it, and also the Force Staff pickup, not what we see on Axe nowadays. Well, but great game for it, where he can save whoever is getting linked, whoever gets jumped by Dragonite, gives him another form of initiation. If he uses it himself, Tormentor taken. There is XP Rune and Tormi on G2.iG side.
G2.iG stole Azure Rays. Bach was trying to find a blink opportunity because they have this OBS that's in the Lotus Pool, but they don't catch out Monet and X-Nova, who are seen under that vision.
Marcy almost has 50% slow resistance with Shard on IO and with SNY.
Oh, Nyx.
He's gonna get it.
Unfortunate timing.
Sentry, do they have a dust? They have another Sentry.
They have another Sentry.
In.
Under it, disposed, under this, the stun, the unleash, the kill, but JT is dying at the same time bottom. He did get the Wisdom Rune though, so at least they trade that.
Relocate to
but
top
now
of
they're
Bach.
relocating in. Bach's gonna be in trouble because they've got the unleash. He's trying to get out of there, but there's no chance. Monet taking the killing spree away from Bach.
Ooh, rough game. They are getting still some kills on this side of the map, but you can also see them having a lot of fear when it comes down to relocating on top of them. IO Marcy are going to play together throughout the whole game. You're not going to be linking anybody else, so knowing that there's going to be relocate coming off, even if you make a move, they will come. Everybody's buying a 4-staff Spirit Vessel, at least now available on Tianming.
With one charge and still holding on to the Greek.
That's going to be his 4-staff money. I think if he has enough, he's going to pop the 4-staff.
We'll see.
Gree. Nothing to say, gets the shard. Bobaka, pretty pissed about this one. Playing Carry Enchantress from position 4 roll. And he
going Nullifier.
Yeah. He sees all these saving tools that they have. Yule Scepter on Leshrac, 4 staffs. He wants to be able to jump the target and kill it.
Just him. He doesn't need anybody else.
We'll need some help to kill. There are tanky cores low. Level 15 on Ursa. Getting close to his BKB. Needs 100 gold. 56% win rate. Dota Plus says for G2.iG. Still high chances of winning, even though they're 8k gold down.
It doesn't quite feel like 8,000 net worth deficit. But you definitely feel the strengths of the Marcy where most of that benefit and that advantage is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Marcy just deals so much. It says 8k, but knowing what she can do in a fight now with SNY, BKB, having status resistance against Axe, against Nyx Assassin Stun, IO behind him. Unless they overextend, unless they get a big call and stop relocate from getting off. But IO is also the huge issue. If you're jumping Marcy, IO is going to get Holy Locket, will get to mech, has great healing Lotus. That's effective, like 2.5, 3,000 heal coming up. He's better.
The idea that I think Azure Ray is going to go to is push this tier 2 tower, grab that if they stick, but also looking towards this next Roche. They got the first Aegis, maybe they'll feel confident enough to fight Marcy with the second one. If they get it. And that's the big if, because now it's nighttime, and the side of IG is close enough to this Roche pit that's going to make it very difficult for them to break through and get this second Aegis. And it doesn't even look like that they're going to go that way with low over bottom.
It's going to be perfect timing for G2.iG. They will run into Roche pit with IO Marcy, and Roshan will respawn.
That's the unfortunate part. FY, he's got the vision on JT, but there is nobody else here. Spike Carapace, nothing to say coming in. Uh-oh, Dragon Tail, BKB. It's like they knew. And they have that gem on Dragon Knight. He jumped in just having that sense that maybe JT was going to get jumped.
It's the only way you lose a fight, I would say. So 25-minute gem, slightly earlier, picked up by one of the supports. It was actually Boba. Man, Boba, what is Boba doing? He's getting all these team items. He really wants to win, huh?
Shocking. Shocking that he gets team items. It really is. Oh, TMing. You're not long for this world.
So you die as Witch Doctor. And it's, again, never a good time to use Gree. You're getting the gold. You're not gonna use the item anyway if you use it right now.
It's never a good time. And if you don't need the slot, why spend it? Not going to need it for 4 staff either. You've already got the fluffy hat. The slot's established.
Oh, nothing to say. Knew something was cooking. Did not want to overextend. That's the dead spot. That spot, if you go across the river, try to push out that wave, if your feet are wet, you're most likely dead. It gets punished so heavily.
If your feet are wet, you're most likely dead. I gotta remember that. Won't be going into any oceans anytime soon. Or pools.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
These heroes are top. Yeah, go. What
Yeah,
are
you had
saying?
some stats about sharks, I believe.
And vending
Sharks
machines.
and camels, and who kills the most people.
Oh gosh, I forgot those stats. I don't
It's
remember.
actually hedgehogs and Lego pieces.
Oh no! That's a problem! TPing out, Low gets caught. It was the Warpine Raider that scouted. This Warpine Raider, 28 minutes into the game, being the best scout it can be.
Relocate.
Call. Bach. Does Bach feel tanky enough? Can he help out here? They're trying to go for the IO. They've popped the BKB on Monet. Looking over at Ori with a Bloodstone. The Death Ward's already stopped immediately because they had that Centaur Conqueror getting the stun. Bach's supposed to be the tanky one, but Bach, that's what he looks like, a chicken. And they instantly fry through him.
Man, Centaur Conqueror. Boboka is all over the place with these creeps, so they relocate in. Having Aegis on Marcy for another 2.5 minutes, and this just might be game over. I think they might just finish off the game, off this fight. Nullifier is being delivered on Marcy. Completely uncontested in the laning stage. One of the toughest heroes to kill when paired up with Io. Insane amount of damage. You show up, you can't focus her down. There's way too much healing, and it's not just that. You have nothing to say. Who's extremely farmed. JT as well. Everybody's building SNY. Satanic. They want to sustain. They do not want to get killed from 100 to 0. And there's going to be at least one side of Barracks. They're deciding how to approach the fight. G2.iG being one game down. They do not want to risk it too much. Old G2.iG would definitely run into Fountain, into tier 4 towers. They have to pause the game, discuss what's going on, because the shot calling is not the same as before.
They're hoping that they find the opening because they are down a game in this TI qualifying series.
It is time to go. You do not lose this fight. Cheese, Mech, Holy Locket on Io. They want to go through the mid lane. Fake back. There is Aura showing in the mid lane, so they should know something is up. And also, Dragonite just did push the wave.
Can they find the opening? They're going to go for it. They found themselves Ori. The Unleash. There's just no way out. He tries to Yule as the Nullifier's there. They get the kill into the Lashrak. He'll buy back immediately. Bach with the Ogre Steel Totem to try and get away. They've got the damage, but the cheese is eaten. JT's able to relocate out. They get the kill on the TMing. They'll take out the Witch Doctor. They look for Ori. Ori already bought back. The Bloodstone's going to be activated. They get the agents out of the hands of this
No
Marcy.
Yules on him. He's dead.
Oh, Ori's dead a second time. 80 seconds. Nothing to say, though. He dies. He's going to buy back too.
They want to end the game.
into the outpost. They want to end the game here, but they get the Culling Blade on the X-Nova. They don't have an IO. He has buyback too. They do have that option to go to the outpost, but do they want to risk it?
Do they want to risk it? There is buyback on Io available. No relocate.
They don't
to come
have
back into the
Unleash
fight.
for
56
15
seconds.
seconds.
The thing about the dieback on Lashrak, he is such low level 16, only 13 minutes into the game. So he's going to respawn in another 45. G2.iG, they want to go in.
He might be the one getting benefits from the next Wisdom Rune.
Scan did connect. They know something's going on in the triangle.
They come in. They've got the call from Bach, but the Unleash is off cooldown. Bach with the Ogre Seal Totem, but JT sticks with him. Monet trying to stay alive, but he falls. It's TME who gets the kill. Nothing to say. You got to remember that he bought back. JT is off to the side, and he is floating through this fight. as he is trying to get the kill into the TM Ming, Witch Doctor and Will. But Low going back in. He's silenced up. He jumped back for what? He's dead for 70.
Oof, no buyback on him. And now the buybacks are coming back up.
Blink, call, Ori back alive in a second. The blade mail, is it gonna be enough? No, it won't. Nothing to say. He's got that kill. He finally dies. He bought back previously. He's gonna be dead for 100 seconds. JT fighting the Bloodstone. Ori lost track. JT should be able to survive going forward with X Nova as well as Boba, because there's nothing F-Y can do to really save him until the blink, the stun, the Mind Flare, the double stun from Ori with the split earth. He gets the force step. He's away, but this Nyx assassin dies.
This gave them one more fight. These buybacks that they used 30 seconds without Ursa. Marcy's coming out. She bought all the items. Nullifier, Skull Basher available. Razor having a complete free reign in this fight. I mean, this time around, he is tethered to Io, so whoever is tethered to Io is going to pretty much deal the most damage. Being super tanky, having status resistance, slow resistance, with that Satanic. Now they want to go and get the last set of barracks, at least kill the tower. 20 seconds without Axe. Axe with the blade mail, doing quite a lot of work.
And he needs to be alive. He has to have that blade mail available for Monet, who's got Unleash ready to go. BKB is also ready to go. Will use the Unleash. Gets hit by the stun. There's the cast to follow it up with the BKBs. They go to the Unleash. Low trying to fight. 1v1. Who's going to win this boxing match? It's going to be Monet going in. All he needed was one more hit. They get the kill, don't worry, but they'll end up losing Monet. He's dead again for 70 seconds. Bach is back alive. Tian Ming hit with an Nullifier. The blink, the call on the 2. Is it going to be enough for Bach with the help from Low? Right clicks in. The Culling Blade is there. They get the kill on JT. They look over at X Nova. This is going to be another Culling Blade from Bach. They are continuing to put out the hits. Bach going into Bachman-Turner overdrive with the calls, but it's still a 17,000 net worth deficit for the side of Azure.
Signs of life for Azure. This could be, if they have one more fight like this, could be a big comeback coming out. Axe did own that fight, and also why we said during the draft that Ursa is one of the heroes who can square up against Marcy during the Unleash with his Enrage and try to deal damage. There is Tormi available on their side, should probably pick it up. Roshan also potentially respawning. If this is some like early respawn time for Roche, Luke gets it on Radiant's side. Could be massive.
We'll find out in a second.
See,
he's gonna sit in the pit.
He's not gonna sit in the pit. Go back, just check. Okay, it's
a
full minute.
That means it's gonna be up top. Unfortunate for the side of Azure Ray that it's not going to be there immediately. Now Marcy's got the shard. That's the upgrade to the rebound. Ogre Seal Totem picked up for the IO of X Nova. We've seen the Ogre Seal Totem that's on Bach that's really helped out. Here are these heroes on IG. They are now set on Roche, top. I know it's not going to be in that pit area yet because it's still daytime. Whoa.
Four staff, Ogre Seal Totem, they're chasing.
Bach, he doesn't have any more movement available. They've got the call. He's forced to pop the BKB, but the Basher. Oh, with the Unleash, Bach's dead for 70. He's such a huge part of this team right now. But he's
not half by for 4 minutes. This should be Roshan for G2.iG. Without Axe, they don't take that fight. Ooh, a lot of these smaller mistakes. They had the entry, they had the opening for a potential comeback coming out. Now with Bach dead for 45 seconds. He's also itemizing to get out of the fight. He wants to go in, force himself out of the trouble, just so that he can control Marcy, but also not die to Marcy. That's why in these high professional e-gamer matches, you will see Axe by something like a Ghost Scepter, a Yule Scepter, where he jumps in and then yields himself into the air or uses Ghost Scepter so that he can't be attacked and is the one controlling. Oh god, now Marcy picked up Aghanim Scepter, so we'll have that silence. It's not as good as it was before. It's only 1 second silence, but every single time you use the ability or pulse it, whenever it pulses, it does silence. So gonna be pretty big, controlling the fight. You silence the Ursa. After a BKB, he's gonna drop.
Bach getting the shard from that Tormentor that they just did. They need to heal up within the well. As they're looking to get mega creeps, and not only that, they're looking to finish the game. They're up 23,000 net worth. Bach has to find the perfect opening on this Axe. We have seen clutch moments from Axe players in games before. As he hides within the trees, the Unleash, the Blink, the Call, the Blade Mail popped immediately, trying to pull him in. It pulls him into the Maledict, but TM Ming, no follow-up. Spirit Vessel on Monet.
It needs to be low who jumps in once the Axe blinks in. No,
Unleash. Whoa, FY, and now Monet's gonna go in, finds Bach, the Dispose! Bach needs to get away, the Force Staff, the Gems on the deck, they're gonna kill an FY and Bach, they both don't have buyback, so now your Blink Call, your Blade Mail is gone, and your Racks, they are destroyed. That is mega creeps here for the side of IG. They'll go for the tier 4s, and instead of fighting back, Azure will call GG. We are going to a deciding game 3 to see who goes to TI.
As expected, these two teams, they look very close so far.
Too. He's got Magnus, he's got Pango as his bread and butter. He really loves these offlaners that are getting in the mix of things. But the Luna for Lona is it going to be enough?
It's a super strong hero. It comes online quickly, having extra bit of protection from Centaur, Darkseer with his items, Guardian Greaves, Pipe, whatever he decides to go for. Luna, one of the fastest farmers in the game. And you're also going to be paired up with Witch Doctor, another hero from Pause 5 that can zone out heroes, secure your lane. Also playing into Pango, not the strongest position 3 hero.
Yeah.
Obs has been killed.
Oi! 0 for 1. Put the stats on the board.
They want to deny this Observer Ward, probably. Or maybe go for one more hook. There it is. Sentry should have denied it.
The battle
Getting some gold, getting some XP.
This...
He's chasing.
There it is. Thank you. 0 for 1. I appreciate that, guys. Really making me love my calls. I will say Azure on the side lanes, it feels like 2 combos that can really do a lot of area denial. With Voodoo Festeration and Ion Chill on a Centaur, and there's the Gree for you, Lacoste. It feels like these side lanes can be very much area denial from Azure, right?
Yeah, they can. These are the killer lanes, but the top lane is, of course, it's Pudge, so this is where we are gonna look most of the time. But I could see them also scoring a kill in the bottom lane. Mid is also killable. Like, this is a bit of a different matchup. Static Slide for Storm Spirit allows him to not get too close to TA. He can kill off the range creep with that.
Obiga? He's got Shikuchi in 2, but it won't be in time. Dead for first blood. Luna getting that first blood.
15 seconds ability. Great start for low. Exactly how you want to start it. They threw a blood grenade, run him down with Voodoo Restoration. Will make things a lot more difficult in this bottom lane for Pango to play the game.
Already that Voodoo Festeration doing the damage, and mid we're taking a look as Ori, like you said, the static remnant with that static slide, is it going to be enough to make this lane easier for this Storm? This time around, the supports are definitely supports that can roam over and help out the mids. FY can if he finds the right hoof stomp or adding a little bit of double-edged damage. And you've also got TM Ming with the Voodoo Festeration. Maybe he takes an early level in Cask again. Supports here for IG, Nightmare, as well as Bobica maybe running in with a Shikuchi to grab some extra damage. So certainly thinking we're going to get a party over mid.
I'm looking at Monet, CSing under the tower as Pudge. Relatively easy to do, especially with the build that he went for. Tian Ming looks like he's in trouble, but it's Witch Doctor, so he's always fine.
You're a big Pudge player, but where do you normally play the Pudge?
It depends off lane or position 4. It's doable in every lane. pretty much, except the mid lane. Mid lane, it feels a little bit lackluster. Different facets allows you to play the game differently on Pudge. As carry, you want to go for the fresh meat instead of the Flayer's Hook. Getting that extra strength during dismember. It also lingers for 12 seconds after.
And not getting that hook facet, which we've been seeing from Undyne. With that damage per distance. Pudge already queuing up the Ags. That's the game plan. No surprise. That's been the game plan for Pudges in the safe lane for a while.
Mid lane is getting pretty difficult for Ori. Nothing to say playing this pretty much perfectly. Things have changed in a lot of matchups when with added innate abilities. Nothing to say having side blades. So he picks up one, but having that level 1 feels really nice for the matchup overall, where he can still harass Storm Spirit and Ming.
In trouble, bottom lane. Bobica getting that kill. Has he queued up the Deso right after that?
Not yet. Doesn't have anything.
Not yet.
This game, I feel that he wants to go for Orchid, something that he does when he plays Weaver if enemy mid laner can be threatened by it, and of course if he's having a good time getting that kill. He died for the first blood, but still will be able to get a good amount of farm on position for Weaver. Like raid band, double raid band.
He does like going Orchid Gleipnir on this Weaver from time to time. And top lane, Nightmare. Box sticking with the Bane, and there's the hook to avoid the vacuum. Saving X-Nova's life. You were saying this mid lane's getting hard. It is getting devastating. 27-9 to the 19-3 of Ori. The CS just not feeling great for this Storm Spirit at all.
It's getting pretty difficult. He would definitely love somebody to die, maybe get a return kill in the side lane, refill his bottle. There is no bounty rune to be picked up on his side of the map. They do see that with the observer ward that they placed.
1,000 net worth lead already for IG with a very quiet game to start. And I'm not surprised that this game is quiet. We see this a lot with these deciding games where you want your lane to just be maybe a little quieter and just farm.
Nobody wants to risk it too much. Bobica.
That being said, Bobica's under the tower. Blood grenade, they've got X-Nova. They're looking for low. They're trying to get the kill into the Luna. They will. Bobica's successful with that. TMing under the tower. Voodoo Festoration doing the damage to get the kill into Bobica. Now looking at JT.
It's a triple kill for Witch Doctor.
Oh, shield crash. You thought it might be, but right on top of TMing.
That would be funny. This hero is insane. If he had a little bit of extra help, you could potentially see him clean up there, but getting something in return always feels nice. Killing low, of course. First rotation from X-Noah, going through the Twin Gates, dropping the Blood Grenade, and also stealing the enemy Bounty Rune.
Ooh, haste for nothing to say. Ori's level 6. He does have that Ball and Lightning. Not a lot of mana, though. He needs to be careful. TP over from TMing to refill the bottle. And they think about going for nothing to say. They've got the Vortex. They hit the Hoof Stomp. Even with the haste, the cask is there, and they get the kill. This is big for Ori. He desperately needed this.
Needed some kind of a comeback into the game. And we'll deal some chip damage to the tower, which is nice. Bobica being very annoying against low, soaking up some of the experience. They do see him with this deep observer ward that has been placed earlier on.
Well, activating the Watcher and Shikuchi. God, Bobica is such a pain in the ass and grabs that
14
CS.
gold.
That is so annoying. This Weaver. Oh no, having to loosen beam to make sure. I'm not giving anything more up to this damn bug.
Sharing the XP with him. He's going back.
Bugs being annoying like this is how Starship Troopers happened. Literally just like this. Bugs frustrating to deal with in this game. Nyx Weaver, all these bugs. Obica especially, when he's on either of those heroes. Look at where he's at.
Will need to find a place for himself. TPs to the XP rune. We'll push him towards the level 4. We'll get it. FY is the big winner. Level 5.5. Darkseer making some stacks in the jungle for himself, so he took the lane.
Closing in on that 6. He's gotten the double bracer. He's got that mental fortitude where the intelligence can't be lower than either his strength or agility, so you get those bracers. And also, Darkseer gaining the attack speed from his int, so if it can't be lower than your strength or agility, your int gets high, your attack speed gets high, and you feel pretty good about yourself with your quick wit. Going into the mech. No surprise, a little sustainability for Azure early on. Bottom lane, TM Ming.
Another triple kill for Witch Doctor.
Maledict is trying to survive, but won't be able to get that triple kill dream.
2k gold lead for G2.iG. Things are looking pretty good for them. Nothing to say. Blink Dagger, Dragonlance queued up for him. Shard should be the next after he picks up that, just to have more control against the Storm Spirit.
They don't have Stampede, but they're looking to maybe go on Monet. They don't know that X-Nova and Bobica are sitting in the wings, ready to go. They do have level 6 on Bach. They've got the Maledict, the Death Ward, TM Ming having that damage to blow up Monet, even with the supports right there and ready to jump. They're no help.
Damage has already been done as soon as they jump him. And now Centaur is level 6, so they have Stampede available. Tian Ming getting solo XP from that bottom kill. Getting level 6. Getting a kill on enemy carry. Bobica, he found Kobold. We'll scout things out.
That Kobold giving prospecting aura. 20 gold per minute. So much gold. Feels like all the gold. Ball Lightning to get the Arcane Rune. Will be fed over a mango as well. Nightmare onto FY. And he's got the Stampede. You got to be careful. Monet's also nearby with X-Nova. Kind of no man's land for Azure. They didn't know what they wanted to go for, and Ori will continue to farm the lane. Ori behind about 1,000 gold on this Templar Assassin. Obviously nothing to say in the Templar Assassin. They have just this quick ability to farm with the Psyblades. And
yes, but not a lot of stacks going on, so nothing to fall back to. Azure, they've been stacking on their side of the map, mostly Darkseer for himself, 4 points in Ion Shell, so he can be the one. Look at Witch Doctor stacking with his Voodoo Festeration, doesn't even need to commit, doesn't even get hit by neutrals. That's how big the AoE is.
Has Pudge hit a hook yet?
That one on the start that didn't count, and one on Bane.
Go for Bobica. They use the Stampede. They'll get this kill onto the Weaver. Nightmare on a TMing. Thinking about the Rolling Thunder. JT setting up, now going in. They'll even use the Fiend's Grip on this 4-position Centaur to get the kill. Another Say is blinking in for more. Maledict is down. Thinks about the Death Ward. They've got the wall to be placed down right on top of another Say who's in trouble in the meld. They go to the Eclipse. They have the damage to get the kill on another Say, but Low ends up getting killed off by Monet, and they'll take out Bach. It's a 4-for-2 in favor of IG. They want the full team wipe. They want Ori, and they found the Nightmare.
Oh, another shield crash. He's really low on mana. Has 9 sticks, but does have Arcane Rune. Might get him out of trouble. We'll get more distance from it. Pudge had no mana to get the hook there immediately. And I believe it was also on cooldown. But JT, that Rolling Thunder immediately, and then gets a connection. Fiend's Grip onto Centaur. Big damage from Templar Assassin and Pango. Pango is having a blast of a game. Orb of Corrosion to slow people down, and then Echo Saber, Power Treads. This is the new build, where you are playing more of your right-click damage rather than picking out the Fusel Blade ever since the changes in 7.36, where Swashbuckle got nerfed heavily.
They want this kill, and they will get it. Not getting that kill. Getting a little bit of revenge on Monet. Got 2 on that flesh. Obika digging up another Cobalt. Prospecting Aura is such a game changer.
High impact, for sure. Very important to dig that Cobalt. Scouting. I mean, it can be used for stacking. It can be used for scouting.
FY getting surrounded on Stampede to try and leave, and he will escape. Not able to get the damage out. They are up 2K. A lot of that is on JT, who I want to say has not been quiet. He's 4-0-4.
Yeah, he did skip level 10 talent. Level 10 talent is not as good anymore. You're not going for the swashbuckle slash range. Swashbuckle is not your main ability anymore. You're playing off your shield crash and lucky shot. Everything nowadays on Pango is physical, so you want to reduce as much armor as possible.
Uh-oh, teaming.
You will pick up the lucky shot armor reduction later on.
Double jump, Maledict, festering, and dying.
JT had enough.
Seriously has, and this double jump is hurting.
A little bit of extra damage, extra shield for Pango.
FY. Host stomp TP. Able to escape. And this isn't going to be... Is it? Let's take a look. It's not immediate Greaves for Bach. He's gotten the arcane boots, he's gotten the mech, and now going into the axe. So wanting to get that normal punch and getting that replica.
What's the scale? Like having illusions, more illusions from Luna as well, of course, with Manta style. Creating illusion out of Templar Assassin. Could be pretty big, nothing to say. Continues to farm up in the triangle, getting very close to his shard. Just 500 gold away, we'll have it in the next minute.
Bach meeting the rest of his team, or started to meet the rest of his team on the other side of the river. They're over here in the jungle. They're down about 3,000 net worth. They're trying to farm it back, but you've got 2 pretty quick farmers on the side of IG. Really, 3. And they smoke up on IG. G2.iG looking to make a move to find a couple of pickups here, and FY might be the target again. Ball lightning from Mori onto the high ground to meet up with the rest of his team. They've got 4 heroes over here. The Rolling Thunder, the double jump. They've got themselves the Maledict. It's going to be on a Monet. They use the Stampede, but they hit the hook. They've got the Dismember for the ball lightning out. Monet, now what else can he do? Rolling Thunder lands on a TMing. They'll drop down the Eclipse. They get the kill there on a Bobica. They take out the Weaver. They end up losing this Witch Doctor. The Fiend's Grip on a Bach. They'll take out a second, and G2.iG grab 2.
Monet got the meat shield off. That's the old Flesh Heap ability. Basically the same ability, doing the same thing. Only costs slightly more mana in 7.36p version, so didn't receive the full damage those instances, and also having safety bubble. So they only lose 1, and they do kill 2. Things are starting to look much better and better for G2.iG. Until Lo decides to join. When Lu joins, when he goes full ham, even though he used Eclipse in the previous fight, he's still not fully ready to take the fight. This is Mask of Madness, Dragonlance into Manta style, a bit of a delayed Manta style, buying Dragonlance in between, but I guess he wants to keep the distance, upgrade his Dragonlance in this game, get to the Hurricane Pike. A lot of times you will see them skip it if it's not a good game for it, but this time around it does feel good against Pango, push people out of trouble. Yourself most likely against Pudge. Get out of that big area. Oh, the hook.
Yeah,
Centaur will stomp them. I knew it.
Oh my. The Centaur helping out. Vacuum the wall, even committed. They've got the Rolling Thunder. They get the kill into FY. Monet's got 1. JT, he'll bounce and he'll swashbuckle up onto the high ground. The Death Ward from the low ground, but it doesn't get who they want. The damage was on to X-Nova.
Nothing to say is coming in. He does have that trap silence.
Oh boy, this is going to be TMing dead to rights. The rest of the team needing to leave. Ball Lightning and Ori on the run. Bach under the tier 1 tower. They've got a trap down. That'll silence him for a second. They want this chase. They'll blink. They will use that meld strike, but they have the Stampede to leave.
That Centaur was definitely dead Ori on my screen already. But Centaur decides to join. Decides to help out his brother FY.
They are up 5,000 net worth. IG, they are in a really great spot right now.
They could go Roche. Like, they know that they used wall. It's going to come off cooldown, but they feel super strong. If they want to wait for Deso, they could do that, but I was thinking use this amplified damage and get Roche on. Their teamfight looks pretty strong. There isn't really a spell that Pangolier is really afraid of when he rolls in, other than Witch Doctor or Death Ward, because they can't really lock him down. Later on, Luna might deal enough damage to kill him, but we were talking about post 40-45 minutes, where he can get one shot by Luna when she gets 5-6 slotted. They're deeping top. They scouted low.
But is Luna gonna get there? Obica, the swarm off the mark. He's going into the Manta. He's got the Mask of Madness. How much time does Low need to feel like this 1v5 hero?
Definitely needs more time. You would want to have BKB for the fight. There's a lot of minus armor on the enemy team.
They dropped the
Temple
wall
Assassin.
bottom. Fiend's Grip, Box dead.
Oof. TA with amplified damage. 30 seconds for Roche to come to the Radiant side. They have tier 1 tower available in the bottom lane still. So if you want to take the fight, and there's that Deso. So Meld, -8 armor for now, without the talent. And then you have 6 from Desolator, -14, added overtime, minus armor from the Swarm. Pango, right now, Lucky Shot is 9. This has been buffed in the previous version. And also having that level 10 talent, +4, things can get pretty ridiculous. I don't think if you get hit by all these things, no matter how much armor you have, you will still have minus armor. And there's Roshan. As we expected, IG immediately going inside the pit. But just 2 heroes should have enough.
Do Azure make their way down here in time? They're close enough where it looks possible, but they're going to find these heroes on the back lines. They've got the Stampede. They have the Vortex with the Maledict. They get to the cast. They drop this shield crash, and JT alive for a moment longer, but that Maledict, and Bach's going to get that kill. The right click's coming in for nothing to say. They land the hook. They've got the Dismember. It's going to be through onto Ori, but Ori's still dead. Trying to get away. Monet followed him up with that blink. So Ori is out of the fight. They don't have the Storm. The trap lands on the TMing as well as Bach. They've got Low off to the side. He still has Eclipse ready to go. Not a lot of mana to work with, though. And this Roche, not
has been
dead.
protected for yet, but JT is going to respawn in 20 seconds. Rolling Thunder available.
Hook. Oi, the terrain there made it look like that hook was supposed to hit.
That's a hit in my book.
Put it on the board.
Grigri saved him there. He did consume Grigri earlier.
Early.
Yeah, early Grigri consume. It was like they needed to punch back. G2.iG ready to go for Roche right now. Azure doesn't seem like they will contest it this time.
Giving up on this Roche. This build from JT. Blink. Harpoon.
That is the new tech build. You are universal hero, so getting a lot of stats from Harpoon. You are physical damage. Rolling Thunder is also dealing your percentage of your damage when you're rolling. And he's going in. Rolling Thunder
Fiend's
into
Grip.
Fiend's
He
Grip.
is
He's
very
dead.
dead.
Whew.
Where are you at? Bobica, blink, hoof stop. All right, they blew him up, but they land the hook. They've got the Dismember. They go to the Stampede. That'll be stopped. Cask lands on a Monet, but FY in trouble. The meld strike, like you said, the minus armor. You get hit
Amplify
by it
damage
once,
again.
and you are just dead. Another right click. Nothing to say. He's got a double kill. This TA is 5-2-5, but will not be stopped.
Stormy time. Stormy's gonna die in 4 hits pretty much from Templar Assassin. Bach used the wall. Trying to scout things out to see what's gonna happen. But not much out of it. This should be the free tower, unless they glyph. Try to buy a little bit more time. G2.iG, let's see if they want to commit. They do hold the Aegis. Feeling themselves right now. Having all that minus armor, damage definitely not gonna lack on their side.
Low looking for the BKB. He's keeping up close to nothing to say, but the impact is by far night and day between the two. FY going Crimson Guard. He's okay for now. They had some other heroes coming through. Looking for Ags for this Pangolier. He still has Rolling Thunder available.
Radiant's top tower is under
Top
attack.
tower. Not long for this world, and it will be killed.
Radiant's
Monet
top tower is falling.
told him, I need the gold. Nothing to say. You are too farmed right now. If they kill you, you will feed away too much gold, so give me some. I want to balance it out. Needs his BKB on Pudge.
They
Usually-
saw TMing going through that twin gate with the trap. So he's got the Maledict. He'll Voodoo. He'll Fester. He'll Death Ward. The damage on a Bobica will not be enough.
Bobica, Yule Scepter, pops his magic wand, extra regeneration from Dragon Scale, even uses the Healing Lotus. JT's the big one, 8, 1, and 10, involved in 18 out of 19 kills. He is really cruising through this game.
They know where Ori had gone, but didn't know that he TP'd out.
Let's say Pangolier uses Rolling Thunder, Shield Crash, all of his abilities can proc Lucky Shot. It's 17% chance. So that's minus 13 armor. And then TA hits you with the meld, with Deso. That's 19, 25, 27 if I did the math correctly.
Check the math, chat, and then when you see that it's right, I don't want to hear you guys say NA math anymore.
And Luna also has Mask of Madness, reducing her own armor. She's the only
Add
one, everybody pretty much. If you get hit by that combo, that's basically one spell from Pango. If it procs, and then one hit from Templar Assassin with Meld. Minus 25, 28 armor immediately. Nobody has enough. You're in minus when you're below 0. And that's not where you want to be.
Sounds pretty cold to me. Below 0.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Bobica, nothing to say. The smoke, the blink, the hoof stomp again. It's going to be Bobica. When they end up killing, but can they get the rest? They've got themselves the normal punch. It's going to be through on nothing to say. Can they get the kill? They'll take the Aegis immediately with the Eclipse drop down. They've got this illusion. They dropped on the wall. The hook ends up missing. Monet's going to blink in. He goes to the Dismember. It's on a low. The right click's coming up for nothing to say. Can they get the kill on a low? This is going to be... Oh, the feed script from X-Nova. The continued control on a low. They get the kill on this Luna. They hit the silence. It's on to Ori with the trap of the ball lightning away. FY's going to try and TP out. They have the harpoon, but it won't be enough, and they'll take out the Luna. They lose that Aegis.
They lose the Aegis. Bobica did buy back. Came back to a fight with the time lapse. Is trying to chase Yule Scepter onto Storm, but he can zip and TP out. The rest of the team is not there. Hooks are not hitting from Monet. He's not landing those hooks. Also playing a bit of a different game. Carry Pudge wants to be in the middle of a fight instead of waiting for a good hook opportunity. Pops the BKB, and they get to top of Luna. 2 BKBs committed. Heavy right clicks, and Fiend's Grip for like good 2 seconds to keep him in place.
Full duration Fiend's Grip on to that Luna. Wants the Conda. I said it was close between Luna and the TA. Now 3,000 behind this TA, who is one-shotting creep waves. And is 2,100 gold from finishing off this Daedalus. So basically almost there.
Level 20 on Luna with Kanda is the big timing. Those 2 Moonglaves fired on Lucent Beam makes things a lot more difficult to approach a fight. Boboka, this time, this is the game that gets you to TI. So not going for anything greedy. Instead, opted to go for Aghanim Scepter. This is the old
Top
build.
lane.
Ori's jumping in. JT
They've got the vacuum, the normal punch into the hoof stomp.
Perfect
that was
execution.
clean.
Very well executed gank. Good chunk of gold as well. That was the big streak as well on JT.
Win probability, by the way, if you take a look, is 66 to 34 in favor of IG. And you can see it just all come together on that death summary. It really was a perfect little 4-set combo. The vortex into the normal punch, pushing into the hoof stomp.
Top tower is under attack.
Really clean. And it's buying Luna time to continue to farm. Picks up the Crystallis part of the Kanda first.
Once more damage. But
Yeah.
looking at his item choice, neutral item, Craggy Coat, that gives you extra
More
20
armor.
armor if you use Toughen Up. Understands that this is how you die. They're itemizing another Craggy Coat on a Centaur plus a Crimson
With the
Guard.
Crimson Guard.
Yeah, that's why you want to have Solar Crest on Witch Doctor. Eventually, you'll probably try to get Butterfly, because all of that minus armor does hurt, or maybe somebody picks up AC. Lotus Orb, also a really good game for it against Fiend's Grip, against Pudge. But Bane
Both
is
teams
getting
smoked.
close. He's getting relatively close to his Aghanim Scepter, having shards so he can farm, and also holding the Philosopher's Stone. Big fight incoming. Azure
Yeah.
on high ground, ready to jump. 9-second
Xnova
BKB.
Was going
on
Aether Lens, but
Storm.
held a lot of gold to get to that Ags. Ori, he's visible. They want to look to make that jump. FY also visible here. They'll have the vision. They've got the obs. And now can they make the jump? They'll look for the hook. The blink hook's going to be a miss from Monet. They'll find the Luna, though. They've got themselves the wall down, but the Dismember's going to be on a low. Can Low get anything off on this? Goes to the Eclipse with the BKB being popped. The Rolling Thunder's going around with the double jump. On the other side of the fight, they've got the Nightmare as well as the Fiend's Grip. It's on to TM Ming. Not really the primary target of what you really want with the Fiend's Grip. And is that going to be a problem for the side of IG going later in this fight? They're starting to retreat on the side of Azure. They go to the Ball Lightning over onto Boboka. They look to kill
There's
off the
the
Weaver, but
Nother.
the time lapse. They've got Luna. They'll get
Another
the Kona low.
Dismember.
There's the Harpoon. Nightmare to stop the TP from FY. A 4-man hoof stomp in death. They will get 3 kills. They'll lose nothing. Ori with the TP. Or, well, really, the TP through the Twin Gate.
And Boboka might find him if he sticks around, doesn't have enough mana. Yeah, damage from Pudge in the previous fight. He was sticking on the target, double Dismember onto Luna. That was level 3 ulti, brings it down to 20 seconds. And Aegis plus Roshan's Banner now available. Templar Assassin deals so much damage with Daedalus, level 20. It is not a Meld Dispels anymore, it is Refraction Dispels. That's the new level 20 talent. Wall was nice, and Xnova, he used Fiend's Grip on Witch Doctor just so that he doesn't get a single spell off in a fight. Immediately, they're not going through the wall on the right side. They're fighting around their vision. They have high ground obs, and a trap silence slows them down a little bit, gets them another jump. Again, they're focusing Boboka. Boboka, I think, is pretty happy about who they're targeting in the fight.
Oh, for sure. And I think he's got this Ags.
He does have.
So now,
Radiant's bottom tower
if you don't focus Boboka, he's going to save whoever you do focus. And Xnova at the same time is going to have his own Ags. This game is not looking winnable by more than 5% at the moment.
Luna
for
will
the
need
Azure.
Kanda, and then you need to start thinking about getting Divine Rapier. You will need to risk it in this type of a game.
I
If
agree
you
with
can
you.
delay long enough, but they will be going for the high ground.
X-Nova, by the way, I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to knock on some wood here, but he's 2-0-20 on a bait.
Yeah, he's having a blast of a game. Didn't die a single time. This guy has always been known for his great positioning. Pango did hit level 20, so has shield crash radius and damage. Did go for level 15 shield crash barrier per hero. Makes him extremely tanky, holding on to Craggy Coat. This guy doesn't die unless he's focused by some Death Ward, Eclipse, gets punched, gets another wall of replica illusion created.
Oh,
he's not gonna die. Uh-oh, he's in trouble.
Whoa.
Has BKB TP out, but X-Nova is here with the Fiend's Grip.
Yeah, he's by himself. Low, he's so low. Oh, no team around him. You've been found out. Such a massive kill. It's shutting down this Luna again and again and again. IG, 21,000 net worth above, and I mean, they're well on their way up this much. If they're able to pull this off, this game, they would do something pretty crazy in losing the first game in both the series against Team Turtle and Azure Ray and make the comebacks in both.
Ooh, hook in between. They are dodging those hooks. Monet doesn't land them, but still gets the job done with the blink. Dismember sitting in the middle of a fight with Rot. It's time to go. Glyph has been used 25 seconds without Luna. FY killing the courier and also trying to kill the creep wave here.
Mid-tier 3 is dead. And when Low is back alive, he'll have that Conda, but will it be enough? This mid-setter acts are gone. They take these buildings so quickly. FY wants a Lotus Orb. Ori wants a Lincoln's. Has that BKB, has that Meteor Hammer for the mana regen amp. I just don't see one singular item being enough at the moment for the side of Azure.
There's not that big item that's going to be like, wow, this is it. This is the game changer. You know, some Storm Spirit Aghanim Scepter that is close. That's going to pull them in, set things up for big vacuum wall. He might need to swap things around. This Fiend's Grip has been causing him a lot of issues. Same goes for Dismember. But might need to risk it more. Especially in a situation like this. You're back pushed against the wall. You lost one side already of barracks. One set of barracks gone.
5-man smoke. This could be the final move. They're looking for the Rolling Thunder. They're trying to make the jump. They'll find themselves low. Low. Dismembered. Fiend's Grip. The Lotus Orb. Maybe it's enough to save him. He's so low and dies again. The vacuum wall in the 4, but nothing to say. He's got that Aegis. They'll take him out of the fight. They'll kill off X-Nova. Can they start to hold on the side of Azure Ray? Or is it G2.iG's time? BKB popped by nothing to say. And the side of IG, they don't want to risk it. They'll back away.
Observer Ward placed by X-Nova early in the lane, scouting things out. Low gets out of the base and gets scouted immediately. They get to jump on top of him, dies from 100 to 0. Very rough game for Low. Reminds me of the game yesterday when they played against Team Zero when he was playing Terrorblade. Had really trouble getting out of the map and getting the farm in a game 3.
This has just been such a struggle for Low. Having flashbacks of yesterday, like you said. On similar styled heroes, right?
Pretty similar, yeah, in terms of what they want to do. A little surprised that he didn't just use the illusion, but again, it's very easy for us to say.
We see
needs
everything.
to risk it. Yeah, we see everything, but he needs to risk it. He needs to at least try to get out of the map and get something done. Now, almost 30,000 gold lead for G2.iG. 4,000 damage as well in the fight every single time he uses Rolling Thunder. Shield Crash.
Oh my god. 30,000 net worth lead. Monet, by the way, he's got the Shivas, the Eternal Shroud, BKB. It is insane what IG have going for them. And Roche, a minute and 30 away, but the 5 heroes on the side of Azure Ray are lingering down towards bottom. IG is already here and set low in the front. Once again, the hook misses. He's got the Lotus Orb, and now they hit the wall. It's going to be right on top of the Pudge. JT coming over with the BKB being popped. The Rolling Thunder. That lands on a Ori. Ball lightning away.
BKB has been used. That Lotus Orb keeping him alive. Crucial item for Azure. One try to eat him in the end, but he did eat himself. The way you can do this is you get Lincoln's here, and then you jump him, and then the Lincoln's procs, and you're still going to be able to keep him in place. Not going to buy that on Pudge, but
IG are reading this really well.
Somebody might buy it.
I'll buy it. I got you. Like I said, I'll always be your hype man. Any build you say, I'll follow. You say we go, I say what time. I'll buy Vlad's. I got you. Lincoln's soon for Ori. We have not felt the presence of the Witch Doctor since the laning phase.
You know why?
He ate his Gree.
Early, exactly.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Roshan, 40 seconds. They'll have 20 seconds to kill it top before it goes bottom, but I think they're already bottom committing to the fact that they're gonna see this Roche bot. And low, he's going Hurricane Pike after this Conda. There's just... Ooh, nope. He switched.
I think this needs to be Rapier. They're going to be playing against... They need to pop everything on top of him. Solar Crest, the Lotus Orb, Crimson Guard to try to protect him with the Stampede, and he needs to deal damage. Otherwise, you're not going to have enough. Sell this Dragonlance. Also, his neutral item is Trickster's Cloak. You can't sell your Power Treads. You're going to lose way too much move speed in the fight. It's exactly what you need to have as Luna. Let's go for Roshan on Dire's side.
Yeah, they want that Axe.
And it's the Refresher available. They did not kill it on time. That's much better. That's because they have 4 Aghanim Scepter upgrades already. Templar Assassin Aghanim Scepter is cool, but Refresher is the... We want to end the game right now. Having double BKB, having double Rolling Thunder. Seems like that's what they're going for. Rolling Thunder, multiple shield crashes, and getting closer to 25. He's not playing that much of a Rolling Thunder. Not having the level 15 talent. It's also the talent that got nerfed previously. Instead of 3-second duration, it is now 2 seconds. So sometimes these thing goes up to shield crash barrier per hero instead.
So Satanic for the Luna. I would now. This is the time. Divine Rapier now.
Yes, buy Divine Rapier with 400 gold.
Well, yeah, not. He's almost there.
I don't know if
not
they can hold the punk.
Oh, they're gonna go for Bobica. They'll get the kill onto the Weaver to start. The Rolling Thunder comes out with the cast bouncing around, but FY is gonna be soloed out. They land the hook. They get the kill. It's unstoppable for nothing to say. 7-2-11. They get the pick on a Bobica. He's dead for 90. No buyback. He's the one holding double banner. They're a 30,000 net worth lead. FY will be back up soon. Low now has 1,400 gold. It definitely feels like Divine Rapier watch.
It must be. I don't see the other item like that's gonna get you the amount of damage that you need. Heroes are way too tanky. Pango, 4,000 HP on him. He gets the shield crash, another shield crash in a fight. He just doesn't die. That's not enough.
How do you come back 30,000 net worth behind? Azure are looking for that answer. 5 refraction instances added. With the level 25 for nothing to say. Luna maybe hoping to get that level 25 themselves.
Those refraction instances have been nerfed finally. Level 25 changed in the 7.36 from 7 to 5. Now the number feels okay-ish.
7 was a lot. Ooh, and Luna has the Hurricane Pike now. So
Feels like this is the fight where he needs to have all of his gold spent. Getting something here. Solar Crest. Ion Shell on top of him. Lotus Orb. Immediately thrown on him. Nothing to say. There is Lincoln available for Ori. Nothing to say. Damage. Has the pain. Has the ages. They need to do something about it. This slow speed killing the tower. Cook almost hits. That was the player's Cook. Definitely hit.
Vortex pulling in the TA, but they're going to jump the other way with the Rolling Thunder. They're going after the Witch Doctor. That Rolling Thunder and the double jump was so much, but they get the first life out of the hands. Another to say, can they get the second kill onto this Templar Assassin? Rolling Thunder is still going on. FY's going to die. One more Melt Strike. Nothing to say, taking a lot of damage to vacuum back. Maybe it's enough for the Death Ward. They've got themselves the normal punch. Can they get the hold? Monet's going to get low here.
Refresher
the damage
on
coming
Pango.
in. But they've got Monet surviving for the moment. JT comes in with a Rolling Thunder. They'll get the kill, don't worry. They'll take out low. IG, have they done it with no buybacks available? They'll get the kill on the FY. They'll take out Bach. And it will be a full team wipe here for the side of G2.iG.
Yeah, JT completely owned that fight. 10,000 damage dealt by him. He was the one controlling it. And AR,
there it
they're
is.
going to tap out.
G2.